What's up, guys? In today's video, we will be talking why Benjamin Linus is a misunderstood character. Let's get into it. So Benjamin Linus is introduced in Season 2 as Henry Gale, but then later we find out that he's actually Benjamin Linus. And then Season 3, we get a lot more backstory of Benjamin and Juliet. In the backstories of Benjamin, we see that his dad's a drinker, and he never had a mother figure growing up. So Benjamin, he grew up in a bad household, with his dad drinking a lot. Now, I can't completely remember, but I'm pretty sure that Benjamin's dad would blame Benjamin for his mother's death. So he's had that while growing up too. And while Benjamin was on the island, all he ever wanted was to fit in and be loved, but he never really got a lot of that. And that's kind of why he did kill the Dharma Initiative as he got older. And then in Season 5, I'm pretty sure, Saeed shoots young Benjamin. And then they took Benjamin to the others, and they said that Benjamin would come back different. And then older Benjamin is the product of what Benjamin became. But I don't want to say Benjamin's completely different, because he did love Alex. And Benjamin wanted to feel love. He wanted a purpose, and his purpose was on the island. But he was always getting overshadowed by other people. How Jacob favored John Locke and everybody else over Benjamin. Now, with him growing up, kind of hating the Dharma Initiative deep down, and how Benjamin went to the others and he became different. After he became different, this is what I believe, that feeling deep down rose up, and with that difference, he it was kind of courage to kill them. It made it a lot more easier to kill the Dharma Initiative. Now, I'm not trying to justify Ben's action with killing the Dharma Initiative, but the reason Ben killed them because he was overshadowed by the initiative. So whenever the time came, he finally took action to find purpose. And then from the Dharma Initiative to Ben killing them, we skip all the way to the plane crash. And then in the first season, we figure out that there are other people on the island. We just don't know about them. But then we figure out about Benjamin or Henry Gale in Season 2, and then Season 3 we start to get a lot of backstory on the others. And then Benjamin Linus is considered a villain of Lost, but me personally, I don't really want to consider him, although he was kind of an antagonist in the first 3 seasons. In the later seasons, he starts to become one of the side characters. And before the plane crash, for a while, Ben had himself convinced he was talking to Jacob.
Aren't you going to say hello, John?
Sorry, that text was on that clip, but that was the only clip I could find of Ben and John. And I'm pretty sure in the later seasons that, Season 6, Season 5, Jacob just thought that he was crazy or dumb for quote-unquote talking to Jacob. Or just talking to Ghost Jacob. And Ben never questions Jacob. He always did what he was told. That's what he said in Season 5, I think, when he killed Jacob. And then just for Jacob to say, "What about you?" So, what Ben's been, trusting and believing in, just for him to say that, he's nothing, everything that he believed in was nothing, that messed with him. And Ben always protected the island. He always put it first before everything. In Season 4, when Alex was in trouble, and Ben was trying his best to protect her and the island, ultimately leading to Alex's death, and Benjamin just feeling worthless and how sad he was. And then the Season 4 flash forwards, Ben was trying to bring the people back, the Oceanic Six, for the island. So Ben did a lot for the island, and he went through a lot for the island, just for Jacob to say, "What about you?" Even though Jacob was hoping that he was wrong, I don't think saying, "What about you?" would be the best thing to say to Ben, seeing where he's at. But then even after all that, after Jack kills the Men in Black, John Locke, Ben says, if the island's going down, I'm going down with it. So in the end, he still chose the island. And I still think I'm missing a lot. Like a lot of evidence that could still be used to back up why I think Ben is misunderstood. But then, in the end of the show, the last season, Ben starts to become one of the good guys. But in the church scene, John Locke is talking to Ben, or like right outside of the church. Whenever John Locke and Ben are talking, they're having a conversation. But then after the conversation, John goes inside the church, but Ben stays outside, which resembles how he couldn't forgive himself for what he's done. So Benjamin's done a lot for the island and a lot for Jacob. Just for Jacob to say, screw you, Ben. So that's why I think Benjamin Linus is a misunderstood character. You could even go to the fact that he is a victim. I wouldn't go to victim, but he definitely is a lot misunderstood. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed my video and why I think my Benjamin Linus is misunderstood, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.